All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we got a car video. Hopefully the quality and the sound isn't all that terrible. We got a car video here. We got a bunch of games on the NBA slate on this beautiful Sunday here. It's fall in New England, leaves on the ground, everything's orange. Beautiful time of year, but we are getting into some NBA basketball. Great night last night, 2-0 against the spread. We dropped our one player prop, which means in the last 2 days, we are undefeated against the spread. But we also haven't won a player prop. So, yeah, if we throw a player prop in the pinned comment today, it better be a damn final player prop that I feel like is a lock. Because it's been 2 days now that we're 0-3 in player props, which is kind of a bummer. But we've cleaned up the glass when it comes to against the spread, which is obviously what I take pride on, or what is, I feel like the forte of the channel, the against the spread and the total picks here. But, guys, we go through each and every game in this video, and all my final plays will be in the pinned comment, so make sure to check on that. I give you every game what I'm thinking, where my head's at, where my mind is on this game, but anything I'm actually rolling with myself will be in the pinned comment. So make sure to check that out. But we're jumping right in here to the first game. We got the Clippers 3-point favorites taking on the Pelicans here. Pelicans, a lot of guys questionable as of right now, including Ingram, including Zion. Ingram's out, Zion's questionable. Lewis, Herb Jones, a lot of injury marks to look at there. Kawhi is out for the Clippers. With all these injuries, I think I'm just going to go with the home team with a smaller spread here. I don't hate the -3. So I'm going to peek at the Clippers here, -3. I don't think that I end up rolling with it or pulling the trigger on it in terms of a pinned comment, but that is where my lean is going to be as of right now. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if that becomes a final play. I don't think that it is going to be a final play, but I love when people are walking by and they're just looking at me like, is that guy just talking to himself? Answer is yes, kind of. But here we go. Next game, we got Detroit hosting Golden State here. Golden State 7.5-point favorites on the road. And I saw this line and I was thinking, you know what? There must be some injuries. There must be something going on with Golden State. There isn't. They did play yesterday. They did play against Charlotte. We can cash that one. We were right about that one. I mean, Charlotte is just printing money for us this year. Unless there's going to be any late adds to the, who's sitting and who's in, who's out. I like Golden State -7.5. I don't care that it's a back-to-back. I know they're an older team. I know a lot of their guys, including Steph or including Clay and Draymond, still haven't fully expenditure or whatever the word I'm looking for, all of their minutes, right? So I get that. But I do think that 7.5 is definitely manageable, even if these guys are on a minutes restriction or if one of them is out. I don't think the Detroit is anything too impressive. So I lean Golden State here -7.5. Next up, we got the Knicks. 4 points they're getting on the road here in Cleveland. I like the Knicks here, +4. I think this is a good against the spread team. I think that Cleveland has a lot of talent, but I do like the bruising that Knicks basketball entails, especially this season. Being led by Julius Randle is obviously going to help that as well. So I'm going to go Knicks here plus the points, +4 points. I think that they can keep it to within 4 points against Cleveland. I don't think this is a lock in terms of, Knicks money line or Knicks taking the win. I don't mean that, but I do think that they can bump and bruise enough with Cleveland to keep this to, I was about to say a field goal game, but you know what I mean, 3-point game here. Next up, we got my Boston Celtics, which look at this hat, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this hat. Celtics, 8.5-point favorites versus Washington. I like the Celtics here. I don't think I'm going to bet them personally, even though I am a massive biased Celtics fan. 8.5 is a lot to lay, but I think you're going to get a hungry Celtics team coming out. They lost against Chicago. They lost against Cleveland. This Celtics team has to return to the pace that they were at the beginning of the year because there's too much talent there. Washington, sure, they got a lot of talent too. I'm not going to take that away. I do think the Celtics are the better team. I lean Celtics. Minnesota taking on the Spurs. Spurs 5.5-point favorites at home. This is definitely something to keep an eye on the injury report here. I think it was Vassell and also Richardson for the Spurs were questionable as of right now. But Minnesota, I feel like, should be getting a couple or giving up a few more points here. So I really like Minnesota -5.5. I know they're on the road, and even with not even specifically with back-to-backs this season or anything like that. In terms of fatigue, I don't think that the long-term or multiple games in a row fatigue is there. I know in a couple of videos ago, I talked about, hey, if Team A is on a back-to-back, it's still going to, slow them down and everything like that. But there isn't going to be this, oh my God, we've played, 8 games, we're tired now type of fatigue. So I do think that some of these lines almost reflect this team's been playing a lot recently, 3 games in 4 nights, back-to-backs, anything like that. This line, or a lot of these lines actually kind of fall into that. So I do think, getting an alarm going off. But, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Time to move on to the next pick. That's what the alarm was, I guess. I like Minnesota here, -5.5. Orlando versus Dallas here. Dallas getting or giving 9.5 points. A lot to lay. I think they're a better team, obviously, than Orlando. I think that they are 10 points better. But y'all know that I hate those double-digit spreads. So I'm going to lean Dallas -5.5. Don't love it, though. I know that this Orlando team isn't all that great. They do have some young talent. It's actually a fairly fun team to watch here. But I do think that, we're probably going to lean Dallas here, giving up the points 10.5 there. Phoenix, 12-point favorites versus Houston. I'm not really looking at this game. That's too big of a line. I do lean the favorite, but I think Houston could, and I mean that literally, like they could keep it to within 12 points. So I stick away from this one. And then Denver versus LA. This is one of I like this play. This is probably going to be a final play here. Denver -3.5. I'm fading the Lakers. I think that, they're obviously at some point can turn a corner. We've seen them look good at times too this season, right? But I don't think that they're there yet or anything like that. So I think that, having only to beat them by 4 here with a Denver team that definitely has the talent on it. I do like Denver -3.5 in this one. But guys, that wraps it up for the plays. Again, I apologize for the car video, but we got to do what we got to do. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.